Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Godzilla taking on Marvel Comics once again. So I actually had to look this up because I just didn't know. Godzilla has had a lot of crossovers with Marvel characters over the years, actually. Most recently, for Godzilla, they had him and King Kong take on the Justice League, because DC had that crossover earlier this year, and they had Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2 earlier this year as well. So basically, there were a lot of rumors going around that Marvel was going to tease something really big. I mean, it's also rumored that Mark Millar might actually come back to Marvel Comics and write an ongoing series. Yeah, it's actually a rumor currently right now. And keep in mind, Mark doesn't have to do that. They probably literally got on their knees and begged him to come back to do it because he's a big name, obviously, right? So this was actually announced. So this was actually announced a few days ago, actually. And keep in mind, there's also recent rumors that Marvel might start crossing over Star Wars with them. I mean, we've already had Aliens and Predators. It wouldn't be too far out of the realm of possibility if Star Wars characters started interacting with Marvel characters. Would that sell a lot of books? Maybe off name
Makes
alone.
absolutely no sense to fucking do that. How would you?
Yeah, it makes no sense to do.
Yeah.
They're just doing it just for the crossover bump in sales gimmick. Actually, Godzilla taking on Godzilla taking on Marvel characters is fine, I guess. But like,
yeah, that's outside there. But like, if they're talking like regular universe Marvel and regular universe fucking Star Wars are going to start interacting, like fucking how?
Yeah.
Ugh. That's like when you take all of your food on your plate and you fucking smash it into one pile. It's just not aesthetically interesting at all.
So when my wife was getting gangbanged by 6 black guys?
Gay!
Okay. Marvel Comics sets Godzilla crossover event for 2025. The 6-issue Godzilla vs. Marvel will take place over different time periods, beginning with the Fantastic Four one-shot book. And here was the promotional poster they put out. Looks pretty good for the most part. Some of the characters are drawn kind of odd. I will say this. This looks kind of good, but they should have used less characters on it, more emphasis on the bigger names there. Like, did you really need like Storm here or like Scarlet Witch here or She-Hulk? Just use lesser, like less is more, I would say. Godzilla has fought numerous foes on the big screen in recent years, including fellow classic monster King Kong. Now the Kaiju will take on Marvel superheroes with Godzilla vs. Marvel, a series of one-shots that will include Fantastic Four, Hulk, Spiderman, X-Men, and Thor. This marks Marvel's first Godzilla crossover event in nearly 50 years, after the character starred in the series Godzilla, King of the Monsters, which ran from 1977 through 1979 and was set in the mainline Marvel Comics universe. The 6 comics will take place over different time periods, with the first issue bowing in March. Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four will center on the Fantastic Four battling classic Godzilla antagonist King Ghidorah, who has been imbued with the power cosmic as the new herald for Galactus, the giant devourer of worlds. In this issue, Godzilla will actually team up with the Silver Surfer in order to attempt to save the Earth. Ryan North writes with art from John Romita Jr.
Oh, wow.
It's okay.
Romita Jr.'s is good artist, good. Has been for a long time, man.
Great artist,
legend there.
Marvel VP of Licensing and Publishing, Sven Larsen, spent years talking with rights holders Toho about a crossover event. He says, and I quote, "We approached them initially for our reprints, but a while after those conversations, it was clear that both of our teams were excited to do more together," says Marvel Editor-in-Chief CB Cebulski. These crossovers started coming together over that time in direct collaboration with Toho, and we felt the perfect time for them was for Godzilla's 70th anniversary next year. We've been thrilled to work with them on these, and we hope these will be a sign for more exciting projects to come. Godzilla has had a resurgence of popularity in recent years, with Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire earning $571 million globally and extending the winning streak of Legendary's Monsterverse, while the Japanese feature Godzilla Minus One became a sleeper hit and won an Oscar. Godzilla also made an appearance in the pages of DC Comics with Justice League versus Kong versus Godzilla. It's a whole big mashup there, released last year. For us, Kaiju, and specifically Godzilla, and important parts of Marvel Comics history, so we know we wanted to explore something with their teams, says Dan Buckley, president, Marvel Comics and Franchises. We've always been fans of Godzilla, but with the steady rise in Godzilla's popularity over the years, it's part of our current cultural zeitgeist and a perfect example of the fun that the comics industry can bring. We're focused on the storytelling first and foremost, which, is debatable at best. That's entirely insanely subjective, but fun opportunities for crossovers like this give both of our fans an entertaining escape that they won't want to miss. I find that also disingenuous because you guys have not made this possible to be an escapism for comics in a long time, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Weirdly enough, though, dude, it is the crossovers right now that DC is doing that are actual like good escapism. Like, I'll go back to that damn Batman Santa crossover. No business being that good. No agenda, no bullshit. A good Christmas story, straight out of fucking, like, it could have been a Justice League episode from back in the day. It was perfect. Nailed it. I still haven't read the follow-up. The last issue comes out Wednesday. I'll probably read it tomorrow at lunch or something and crank all three out. I was reading the anthology book that they did. Batman Smells, Robin Laid an Egg. It's another holiday one that DC did.
Yeah.
And that one isn't even a Batman thing. It starts off with the John Stewart Green Lantern story, which actually kind of ties back to what's going on in the book with Santa Claus and Batman. And then a Suicide Squad story. And then I think there's like, it's a bunch of different stories. Marv Wolfman actually writes a fucking story in this. None of the other writers I've ever heard of. And then all of a sudden, legend Marv Wolfman is dropping.
I'll ask you this, since you're a fan of Fantastic Four, them starting out fighting Godzilla, would that make you buy that one shot?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. If it's a one-shot prestige format, like a $10,
it'll probably cost about $5.99 if we're being honest here. At least.
If it's a single, well, I'm saying, is it going to be multiple issues? Is it just a one shot?
They haven't confirmed the pages. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I need, a page count.
Yeah.
It depends on if they're going to gouge me for it or not. Like the Marvel
Christmas all one shots. They did. So Godzilla versus Spiderman #1 be a one shot. Fantastic Four. I mean, I would say the biggest one probably for a lot of people is going to be Godzilla versus Spider-Man, but I would say Godzilla versus X-Men Spider-Man sounds really interesting. Or like, because Godzilla versus Thor, it's like Thor can actually just hit him with his hammer as hard as he can and just knock him out. It's not that hard. Like, Spider-Man probably would lose, if we're being honest here, but I don't think there's really a match there with him and Thor. Like, Thor,
it'd be an interesting thing to see. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's.
I think it's
iterations of Godzilla have been pretty fucking powerful. So I don't know.
That's the thing is Godzilla going to be a hero with them, or is he going to be a villain? Because in the Fantastic Four one,
I think he starts off battling. Excuse me. It starts off as a battle, as it usually does, and then it kind of turns into like mutual respect, and they go off and defeat the real bad guy. That
sounds kind of cool. King Ghidorah being a herald of Galactus. That's just that. I'll say that. That'll get me there. I'll get that. It sounds like a cool idea. Godzilla, Silver Surfer, them teaming up with Fantastic Four. You can sign me up there. Yeah. I like the idea. Now, as you guys know, these crossovers that Marvel and DC are doing coming up in 2025, it's what people like. If that's what people like, you're going to have to probably start giving them what they want. Oh my God, you give people what they want and they fucking buy your books. Crazy concept, guys.
That's not how it works at all.
Legit crazy concept. So any closing thoughts on this? Interested?
I mean, it's an interesting idea. I'll see how the first ones play out if I'm interested at all, but I don't know. I do have less faith in Marvel's ability to put out anything worth any kind of while in any way, shape, or form. But
the variant cover is going to be through the roof for when he fights.
Oh, there's going to
Spider-Man.
be tons of variant covers. I will give Marvel some credit, though. Their Holiday, Astonishing Tale, Holiday, whatever crossover that they did, wasn't bad. The stories in it were good little holiday stories. I appreciated it. They were nice. The Fantastic Four one was a lot of fun. But, it isn't anything that's going to change my stance on how I pick up Marvel's books at all, because their regular line stuff is still all crap. And it's mostly the same with DC. Just because they put out a good holiday cartoon doesn't mean I'm going to show up for the regular series,
And that's what I tell people too, is if Marvel and DC aren't doing it for you, why do people never try out Image or Dark Horse or any of the other guys? Like, there's plenty of other material out there.
There is stuff out there. The Transformer stuff is the only, and G.I. Joe stuff is probably the only thing that's going to keep me on it. Yeah, Energon is the only thing that I'm probably going to keep up with regularity, and Ultimate Spider-Man, but I still stand by the idea that I know how much Marvel hates Peter Parker, and eventually they're going to fuck that book up.
Yeah.
But I'll read it until they don't, or until they do.
Sign me up for all these crossovers. You guys know I'll be getting them, and I'll be reading them for you guys, because I'm going to be doing consistent solo comic book reviews as I have my stuff coming out. In my
Hasbro and Sega announced, an Extra Zero did a video on this on his Transformers channel. Sonic X Transformers crossover toys are dropping. You have to look that up, MSK. You're gonna need to spend money on it.
Imagine this. Sonic and Transformer crossover comic books.
That could be cool too. Well, I mean, it's gonna be kind of the thing too, where they mash them together like the DC thing. Yeah, I'll drop it in the private chat. Let me look it up.
So, as you guys know, moving into 2025, when you're watching this video in 2024, you'll probably see the channel already having this kind of content. I'm going to be working on putting out more consistent content as far as like solo comic book reviews from like the comic books that I do pull. And when this drops, Godzilla versus, I'm just going to be getting all of them. But the one I'm most looking forward to is definitely probably Godzilla versus X-Men, Godzilla versus Avengers. We'll see where that goes, honestly. But yeah, John Romita Jr.'s art is great, and I can look. And also, along with the Sonic and DC video that we did, can't wait to get this crossover started and read some potentially good books. As you guys know, mainstream quality books between Marvel and DC could be very lacking, i.e., Deadpool Wolverine WW3, which was utter literal waste of time, dog shite. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace.